Good day, friends. Today we're going to explore an intriguing question. Why does Oman, a country known for its wealth and natural beauty, lack the towering, artful skyscrapers seen in many other parts of the world? We'll take a closer look at the reasons behind the country's unique approach to architecture and why low-rise, traditional buildings are the hallmark of Oman's urban landscape. Let's dive in and discover what makes Oman's skyline so distinctive. Did you know that Oman, despite being one of the wealthiest countries in the world, does not have a single skyscraper? In fact, the tallest building in the country is the Sheraton Hotel in Muscat, which stands at just 16 floors. This is in stark contrast to the towering skyscrapers you'll find in other Gulf nations like the UAE or Qatar. For those who may not be familiar with Oman, or the Sultanate of Oman as it is officially known, you might be wondering why this is the case. Let's take a closer look at the key reasons behind Oman's distinctive approach to urban development and its preference for low-rise architecture. Oman's relatively low number of high-rise buildings can be attributed to a combination of factors related to cultural, economic, environmental, and urban planning considerations. 1. Cultural and architectural preferences. Oman's traditional architecture emphasizes low-rise, culturally sensitive buildings. The country has a long history of designing buildings that reflect its Islamic and Arabian heritage, with an emphasis on courtyards, simple designs, and a blend with the natural landscape. There is a strong cultural preference for maintaining the country's traditional aesthetic, which contrasts with the high-rise glass and steel skyscrapers common in other Gulf countries. 2. Geography and environmental factors. Oman's geography, with its rugged mountains, expansive deserts, and coastal areas, often limits urban development to specific zones. While cities like Muscat are growing, the mountainous terrain and lack of vast flat land in some parts make large-scale, high-density development less practical. Additionally, Oman's climate, which can be extremely hot and humid, especially in coastal areas, may not be conducive to high-rise living. Cooling high-rise buildings can be energy-intensive and costly, which might discourage such developments. 3. Government regulations and urban planning. The government has taken a more measured approach to urban development, prioritizing sustainable growth and the preservation of Oman's natural beauty. There are regulations and policies in place that promote the preservation of the country's scenic and historic areas. Muscat, for example, has a relatively low-rise skyline due to building height restrictions in certain parts of the city to preserve the aesthetic character of the area and protect views. 4. Economic factors. While Oman is one of the wealthier countries in the region, its economy is not as heavily focused on the oil and gas sectors as some of its Gulf neighbors like the UAE or Qatar. This means there may be less demand for massive high-rise office towers or luxury residences. Additionally, Oman's more conservative economic strategy and focus on other industries, like tourism and manufacturing, may make it less inclined to follow the high-rise building trend that is associated with financial hubs. 5. Environmental sustainability. Oman has made strides in promoting sustainability, with an emphasis on conserving natural resources, reducing environmental impact, and maintaining a low-carbon footprint. High-rise buildings often come with higher energy consumption, which is a factor that the government may wish to avoid in favor of more sustainable urban planning. 6. Urban sprawl versus vertical growth. Unlike cities like Dubai, where vertical growth has been encouraged to combat limited land availability, Oman's urban development has favored horizontal expansion. This is partly due to the availability of land in certain areas and a cultural preference for more spacious living, as well as a more relaxed population density compared to other Gulf states. 7. Tourism impact. Oman is heavily invested in tourism and has sought to create a unique destination that emphasizes its natural beauty, historical sites, and low-rise architecture. High-rise buildings might detract from the natural and cultural tourism appeal, which could make the country less attractive to visitors seeking more traditional or scenic experiences. In summary, Oman's relatively low number of high-rise buildings can be attributed to a combination of cultural values, geographic conditions, governmental regulations, economic strategy, and a commitment to sustainable development. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest posts. Thank you for watching.